is part of
right.
the character building process.
Well, one of my friends, Tony McGee out of Los Angeles, California, he said, whoever spends the most time with your children, that's who's raising them. So if they're spending more time with Xbox or Jay-Z or whoever,
yeah.
well, that's who's really raising your child, whether it's their friends, the streets, or right here in the home.
Right.
You want to talk about doing well let's look at the societies that are really big on family. Those are the ones who are big on education, and those are the ones who are doing well and prospering in this world.
Now, just to clarify what you're saying, though, you're not suggesting that people become, so closed-minded that they don't have the internet at home and they don't have a TV. You think that, I mean, I think I get what you're saying, and I believe the same way, that parents should realize that there's so many more sources for input into their child's lives, and they have to step up. They have to be a source. So that's what you're saying?
Well, I think what we have to do, in order to go forward, the best thing we can do is go backward. Look at the way that our parents raised us, or our parents' parents raised us before there was this schism in society. People don't sit down at the table and eat together anymore. Kids don't have reading time anymore. You notice kids don't even go outside and play anymore.
Something that I noticed also is that it's very rare for kids to go to their parents for advice. You ever notice that? And back in the day, you'd ask your dad for advice on some issue about a girl or about something else, and they just don't see their parents as someone that they can go to talk about things, and that is the first step down that path. And I like my Xbox, by the way, so I do like that sort of. But you can play the video games with your kids. You can get involved in everything. So it's not like we have to go, become like Mennonites or anything. Not there's anything wrong with that. But we have to really engage with our children. Sure. And how would you suggest that the system incentivize parents to do that? Obviously not financial incentive, but what can the system do? What can the school, like individual schools, if they want to try out some of these tips, what do you think would be the mechanism that would get parents off their butt and getting them involved in their kids' lives and their education like that?
Well, it's very interesting. I remember in the 8th grade, my geography teacher, Al Burke, said, your parents are doing you a very big disservice. How could you say that? He said, look, if I called your mom right now and I said, hey, your daughter is failing my class, I need you to come down and talk to me. She'd say, oh, I'm busy, I have to work, I have other kids. But if your daughter called right now and said, he just slapped me, you would be down here in 30 minutes.
You'd find the time.
Right, you'd find the time.
Right.
Now, how do you do this on an institutional level? I can tell you this is very difficult because you have a lot of those, a lot of that red tape. However, in the schools that are doing well, you have a very strong relationship in one main area, the PTA, Parent and Teacher Association. The more you emphasize that, and the more you show the examples of what's happening and use that as the positive example, then I believe that's one way that we can build a change.
Well, I'm so tempted to go beyond our 10 minutes here because there's so many things we could talk about, how teachers can use technology to keep in touch without spending more time at it. You can get involved. I've seen teachers create Facebook pages that are integrated into their classroom. So not fighting the social media, but using it, realizing everybody's using it, and they're connecting to everyone, so everything's completely open. So I hope that this will be the beginning. Perhaps we could do more conversations about this. Thank you very much. This is Dave Farrow here with Jonathan Sprinkles, and more for you next.
Cool.
Thank you very much. That was a great...
Hey, I'm Jonathan Sprinkles out of Houston, Texas. Some people know me as the connection coach because I teach people how to connect with their audiences. Well, no better way is there out there for you to connect with a person across from you or a group of people than to remember their favorite word, which is their name. And nobody is better at teaching you how to remember those little details that make all the difference in whether you make the sale or your competitor than my friend right here, Dave Farrow. Listen, if you want to make the difference and do those little things, those little hinges that swing big doors, this is the man you want to learn from. Hey, I'm going to make sure I do it. You better make sure you do the same thing.